Mercury is a special case transition. Mercury 1 is a diatomic. It is written as Hg2, 2+. That tells you each mercury has a charge of 1 plus 1. Mercury 2 is Hg, 2+. There is only one mercury and the charge is 2+. So going from name to symbol. Mercury is a transition metal. It is found between groups 3 through 12. Symbol for mercury is Hg. The charge of the mercury is given in the parentheses, so this is mercury 2. So it has a 2+ charge. Oxide or oxygen is off the periodic table. It is O, charge of 2. It is reducible by 2, so each of them reduces out to 1. I crisscross the ones down, so this is HgO. Mercury 1 chloride. Mercury 1, you need to memorize this, is Hg2, 2+. Chlorine is Cl, charge of 1. The 2 and 1 are not reducible. So we bring the 2 from the mercury down to the chlorine, and we bring the 1 from the chloride to the mercury. So this becomes Hg2, Cl2, and we do not reduce. Leave it as this to state this is mercury 1. Mercury 2, so this is Hg. Charge is a +2 given in the parentheses, so this is mercury 2. Sulfide is sulfur off the periodic table because it's an ide. Charge of sulfur is 2. It reduces out to 1. So this becomes HgS. Mercury 1 nitrate. Mercury 1 is Hg2, 2+. Nitrate is NO3, charge of 1. 2 and 1 are not reducible, so we just crisscross down. The 2 from the mercury goes to the nitrate. The 1 from the nitrate goes to the mercury, so this is Hg2. Parentheses, because there's more than one nitrate, parentheses 2. And again, we do not reduce these out because it states that this is mercury 1. Now let's go backwards. We're going to go from symbol to name. Hg is mercury, so we write the name as is. Since it's a transition, we have a parentheses. Br is bromine. Drop the ending, it becomes bromide. We need to find the charge. Charge of metal is equal to number of nonmetals or polyatomics. Charge of nonmetal or polyatomic divided by number of metals. So the charge of bromine is 1. There are 2 bromines. Divided by the number of metals, there are 2 metals. The 2 cancels out, so this is mercury 1. Next one, mercury is a transition, so we write it. It takes a parentheses. CO3 is a polyatomic carbonate. Charge of carbonate is 2. Since there is no parentheses, there is only one carbonate. And there are 2 mercuries. So charge of this is 1. So this is mercury 1. This is also mercury. Transition. So we write a parentheses. I is iodine. Drop the ending and add IDE, so it's iodide. Charge of iodine is a 1. There are 2 iodines. Divided by 1 mercury, so 1 times 2 divided by 1 is 2. This is mercury 2. Mercury, parentheses, again, transition. This is chromate. It's a polyatomic. Charge of chromate is 2. Since there is no parentheses, there's 1 chromate. There are 2 mercuries. That cancels out, so this is mercury 1. So mercury, you need to memorize that mercury 1 is a diatomic, which is Hg2, 2 plus. So each of the mercuries is a charge of +1. Solve for it is exactly the same as any other transition. For mercury 1, do not reduce after you crisscross down.